guys? It's Sunday right now, actually. I am in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and as you can see, I'm in my hotel room. So why am I doing this video right now? Well, I'm here filming one of the accelerator shoots that we have for our client, and this is a back-to-back trip. So I was in Atlanta yesterday, and today I flew to Michigan. Well, actually, I flew to Detroit, and then I flew to Michigan, and thought I haven't done a state of Syslo in a little while because I've been super busy, but there's been a lot of stuff going on, and I thought I would talk to you guys about it, just let you know what's going on and all that good stuff. But yeah, like it's been an interesting time. I'm just gonna pick this up because I want my coffee. So yeah, I mean, for the last month or two, I've been going through a lot of internal changes within my company. Again, you know, it's funny when you work with people, you know, you find out what they're made of, right? And what's the willingness level that somebody has to actually want to work with you or do something with you or build something with you, right? And so that's kind of where my journey has taken me over the last few months. And I'm at a new level in my business where I'm focused more now on scaling, but I want to scale right, and I want to do it right the first time as opposed to messing up. So it's been an interesting learning experience for me on that level of how do you find good people? And I used to go to all these masterminds and things like that, and people would talk about, you know, like, oh my God, I need to find good people. We need to get good people and all that kind of jazz. And you know, the truth of the matter is I was like, oh man, it can't be that bad. You know, like people talk about it, but it's hard. It's hard to find good people. And having been in business for 5 years, it's been tough to find people that can move at the speed that I move at, or have the commitment level that I move at, or have the tenacity and the willingness to show up. Well, I was talking to a consultant of mine yesterday, really great conversation, and all we talked about was like, I'd rather hire someone who is willing to do it, even if they didn't know, than someone who knows but doesn't want to help you. And they're set in their ways and they don't want to listen to what you have to say. So where I got started in my life is I worked with Grant Cardone back from about 2015 to 2018. And I don't talk about that a lot because I don't want to use that as like a marketing ploy, but I'm going to talk about it because that's where I learned about the idea of being able to service the boss, what the boss wants. At times I didn't always get it right, but I learned, and because I was really willing to help this guy. I was like, I want to help him. I want to help him. I want to do a good job. I want to keep my job. You know, this is me coming off of 2 years of being homeless at that time. And I was like, I just want to keep this job. And so it was, for me, it was more about, I just want to serve. I want to be of service. I want to learn. I want to be better. I want to help this person. I want to be an asset to this person. And I'm going to tell you something. When I felt like an asset at any time in my life, even now in my company, I've always felt better about myself. When I just kind of did it just to do it, I didn't feel good. I didn't feel proud of what I was doing. I didn't feel proud of what I was trying to accomplish. And I don't think people get the value of when you're working with someone, okay, maybe you won't be there forever, right? Maybe you won't be there for the entirety of your career. But while you're there, be there. And that's what I learned. I was like, when I was with Grant, it was like, I'm there. I'm going to be there as best as I can. Was I a perfect human? No. Was I a perfect person? Absolutely not. I had my own problems going on. But when I was there, I made sure that I was a valuable asset and that I didn't cause trouble. And if I caused trouble, I made the damage up. right? If I made a mistake, I'd stay late. I would stay late, and I didn't even get paid for it, right? Because I knew that if I was a valuable asset to someone, I have a longer term survival than if I just did the 9 to 5. And it eventually paid off quite well. I mean, I was able to make well into the 6 figures by the time, the last couple years before I left, even before that. But I don't know, I just developed this discipline about work and being there and learning and wanting this guy to be proud of the products that I could produce. And so when I'm working with people now, even with my clients, I want them to be proud of the products that I produce. And I learned that from that time period. And I learned that also from being flexible. Like, maybe I don't know everything. I know enough about what I know how to do, but there were definitely things I didn't know, and I never pretended that I knew it. I was just like, okay, I need help. I'll figure this out. But finding good people for me now is like, can you actually just work? Can you just do the job? Can you just get it done? Can you just make magic happen? That's so valuable today because so many people don't want to work. And if you're having a hard time with money right now, or if you can't find a job, all you have to really do is be super willing to be like, what can I do? What do you need? Oh, you need the floor swept? I'll do whatever. Like, do something of value to someone else, and you're going to get paid for it. I wish somebody told me this when I was 20 so I could avoid the homeless period I went through. Be of value to someone else. If you have a skill, whatever that skill is, learn it and be of value with that skill somewhere else, for someone else. I'm going to adjust my camera here a little bit because I kind of like those lights back there, so I'm going to try to be a little more centered. I know it's a bed. I'm in a hotel room. Get over it, right? I'm being real with you. I have been up since 3. Yesterday was Saturday. I woke up at 4, went to the airport, flew to Atlanta, filmed a client all day, finished, went to the hotel by the airport, ate, put all the footage in, went to sleep, woke up at 4 again, went to Atlanta airport, flew 2 planes to get to Escanaba, Michigan, it's quite beautiful here, and started to film. We're going to film tomorrow, and then I fly home Tuesday, and it's going to take me 3 planes to get home. Last weekend, I was in Austin, Texas. The weekend before, I was in Atlanta. Work, it's work, right? I believe so much in my program. I believe so much in what I'm doing that I'm trying to set the example. Would I rather be home hanging out with my wife and maybe going to the beach and maybe go catch waves? Absolutely. I would love to do that. Would I like to go drive my Aston Martin around? Absolutely. I would love to do that. But I get more fulfillment out of being an asset to someone. And when I can be an asset to someone, that's when I'm really able to perform and do things for other people. And my ability to help others increases, and my life increases, and the quality of my life increases. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because if you get stuck and you think that you know it all, and you're making other people wrong because you know it, and you're not listening to what other people are saying or listening to whatever problems those people might have, who are you to do that? That's not help. That's kind of abuse. That's really what it is. It's not really help, it's abuse. If this is moving around, I apologize. I'm trying to make it. Let me see if I fix this, if that gets better for you. Just going to do it live. Why not? It's real. So, how are you being an asset to someone? And another thing I learned is never hire when you're desperate. Don't ever hire anyone, ever. Even if it's painful for you in that moment and you're trying to do something, don't hire anybody in a desperate mode. Take on the extra work and gradually bring them in. You'll thank yourself later, right? For me, I trust people, maybe too much, and that can cause problems later on down the road. But at the same time, you also have to have a level of trust and belief. But what I really want to know is how much can you help someone? how much of an asset do you want to be to someone? How are you actually making a difference for someone else? So yeah, so today we started filming what part of the Content Accelerator. We're going to go tomorrow. We're going to film more of the Content Accelerator, and then I fly home Tuesday, and then I have a shoot Saturday in Miami, and then the following week I'm going to be in Hartford, Connecticut, and then Baltimore. So it's another back-to-back trip. So why would I do that? One, I do like this. I do like the planes. I do like the different cities. I do like the hotels. Like Escanaba, Michigan is not Miami. It's not New York City. It's a small town. But I like it. I like seeing that. I like getting the diversity into my life. And I think it's really important to think big. Like, I think so big with this program that America is my backyard now. The entire country is my backyard. And what a fascinating thought. Like I know the hubs of all the airlines. I understand the flight paths. I know what flight path I'm on. I know what approach I'm taking in and out of Miami. And for me, flying used to be a big event. It was like, yes, we're getting on a plane. For me now, I have the same thought about flying as like getting in my car and going shopping. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go shopping. I'll be back. And then my thoughts, sharing further, when you're growing a business, when I started it, I knew it was going to be difficult. And where we are right now, I didn't think it'd be as hard as it is right now. But would I exchange it? No. Have I had some serious blows? Absolutely. Have I had a lot of betrayals? Yeah. People that I really trusted really inflicted a lot of pain onto me and my relationships. And how do you bounce back from those things? I don't know. I don't know. I wish that there was just this magic thing where it like erases. But when I get a blow or I get a problem and it's super painful, I just try to show up as best as I can, even if I don't feel like it, even if I'm tired, even if it's tough, even if it's something where I'm like, man, I don't know how I'm going to do this. We had a really rough week this week. We had a couple things take place that I wasn't very happy about. My wife, who works with me, wasn't very happy about, not with me, but with what we were dealing with. And it became this, it was going on all the way up until late Friday night, like late. And I had to get up at 3:30 the next morning to go fly. And I don't think business owners talk about this enough. Like, you have this situation, it could potentially damage your business quite a bit. What do? Do you complain? Do I bitch? Yeah, I complained. I was upset. I was mad. I was pissed. But I have experiences. I have emotions. Looking at it now, I can kind of laugh about it. I wasn't laughing about it at the time, but I was just like, okay, I'm going to get on the plane and I'm going to go help my client. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to get on the plane, I'm going to go help my other client. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to service my clients. So how do I bounce back from bad news or problems like that? I show up, number one. I remember why I'm doing this, which I'm very passionate about film. I'm very passionate about helping people promote. I like it. I like to travel. I'm not greedy. I enjoy the process of it. And I just want to be of service. I believe that I could do something different than what other people do with their agencies. Is it a lot to get on a plane? For sure. Is it a lot to travel? For sure. Is it a lot to come out here and do this? For sure. Is it a lot to make those sacrifices? For sure. Is it worth it? Yeah. Because what else would I do on a Sunday? I could go to the beach and lay there. When I go to the beach, I can't lay there. I really can't. Like, I can't just lay down and tan. I just really have a hard time. You can ask my wife this. I have to go do something. I have to surf. I could lay down for like 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I'm like, I need to do something, right? Or I could lay at home all day, hang out, and watch Netflix or work on projects and things like that. So how do I justify time? If I binge watch a show on Sunday, like some of y'all do, or I could fly to a client on a Sunday in a plane, get out of the house, travel, see parts of the country maybe most people wouldn't get to see, help someone come home in the same time that you spent watching 12 episodes on a Netflix series. I flew across the country, delivered 2 promotional products that are going to help people make money, right? So that's how I kind of justified all the things that I do. I just look at what else would I do with my time. As much as I love surfing, I could go surf for 6 hours or I could fly. One of them pays me, one of them doesn't. However, I do recognize the importance that I need to surf, and I need to have time, and I need to have Rob time, which I do, and I make sure that I do that. Although lately it's been a little tough. It's been 16-hour days pretty much every day for the last 2 months, and that's tough, but thank God we have espresso. But going back, why do I do that? Because I help people, and then number 2, I want to find people who want to be a part of that. They don't have to work 16-hour days, but they could take some of that load and feel a part of it and say, wow, I'm actually helping someone accomplish something. Or I had a guy who got really greedy, and I was just like, and he was complaining, and I'm like, you're not my person. You're just not my person. When I worked with Grant, I didn't complain. I didn't complain when they were like, you got to go to Mexico City, go home, pack your bags, you're flying in, last minute, get on the plane, land at 1 o'clock in the morning in Monterrey, Mexico. This was like at the beginning of my career, like first weekend. They're like, we're sending you to Mexico. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. I love to travel, but it was Spanish. I don't speak Spanish really that well. I understand it. But it was like all in one day. And then I show up and I go. Was I tired? Absolutely. Was it fun? Absolutely. Or the days when I was filming till like 12 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock on extra projects. And I never asked for anything. I was just like, I'm just going to do this because 1, I'm happy I have a job. Thank God. Number 2, I'm helping someone. Number 3, I'm a part of something. And that felt good to me, right? A lot of people today don't have that attitude. If you have that attitude, please email me, robert@sysloventures.com. Let's work together. I want someone who thinks like me, who plays that game, because the rewards come later with that loyalty and that dedication. Makes a difference for the owner. And having that, you know, being an employee for the most of my life, I never looked at it from the business owner's perspective. It was always me, a little selfish. Fine. Now as a business owner, little things that people do that's like a forethought, and it could be something so simple. Like, oh, I saw that this button should be over here on this website. Or, hey, I saw that you should do this and it would help. Like those little things to you aren't big, but like to a business owner, it's like, oh my God, dude, like, wow, somebody thought of something that I didn't think about. Somebody saw something that I missed. Wow, that's a really beautiful thing that most people take for granted. For me, I'm like, dude, oh my God, it's awesome that you're doing that. Thank you so much. Like, it's so helpful because business owners go through a lot. I have a brand new level of respect for them, even for myself, with what I've overcome and what I've had to deal with. But it makes a difference for people. So what's the purpose of this video? 1, I'm just sharing where I am, which is out here. I'll show it to you in a second. But 2 is aligning with the right people and what those people are like and why you want to help someone versus, you know, what you could do, what you couldn't do, that kind of thing. And, you know, for me, it's a learning experience. We grew and then I condensed and now we're growing slowly again. Had some harsh lessons, had some harsh, sharp pain, whatever. But at the end of the day, would I trade it? No. I love what I do. I love what I'm doing. Is it tough sometimes? Oh yeah. Is it painful? Oh yeah. Is it rewarding? For sure. You know, when you close a nice deal, it's rewarding, you know, and you're like, wow, I used to make that and it would take me 4 months to make that amount of money. So you just get a different perspective that you have. So if you're out there and you're watching this and maybe you're a cinematographer or filmmaker or photographer or something and you're like, man, I want to do something, just start off by being of value to someone because you don't know what that could lead to for yourself in the future. So that's this week's State of Syslo. I'm going to record another one so we get some more for next week, all right? But here, let me show you where I am so you can check it out. Okay, hopefully it won't be too rough. It's kind of a funky hotel here. Let me fix the exposure because it's bright. But, so we're just out here. I don't know which lake this is, but I think you kind of get the idea. Pretty special place for sure. So anyway, if you guys like this video, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you next time.